All right. Well, I was saying good morning to all of you, so I'll say the names again. Deirdre, Brandy, Annie, Andrea, Kathy Hand, Catherine Kovacs. Good morning, everybody. Oh, it's a great day to have a great day, isn't it? Let's remind ourselves of that when we do the heart brain coherence. So let's go into our hearts, touching the heart center and slowing down the breathing. And then add in the love. Add in light. Add in joy. Dance in your heart. Do a little square dance. And then breathe in again and pull somebody to you. You know how we do this every morning. Pull somebody into your heart. Give them a big, big, big hug. Good morning. It's a good morning. It's Thursday. You know what that means? It's Thankful Thursday. And I'm thankful for all of you. I'm thankful we have Auntie Jean coming in to join us. Marietta. Hi, darling. And yeah, Josie, I had myself muted while I was getting my coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Good morning and cheers. Yes, Catherine, I saw that I was muted. Thank you for letting me know. And good morning, Brookie and Dylan and Max. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. I know it's getting colder every day, right? And I don't even know how cold it is here. I was just out and there's frost on the ground, whatever that means. Uh, I don't know if there's anything about a first frost. Oh, it's 35 degrees. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of cold. But I was out with a little bit and it just felt good though. You know, it didn't really feel like 35, but there was frost on the ground. The grass crunched when I walked on it. And Deirdre, you're grateful you got some rain. Oh, I know. I'm grateful you got that rain as well. You really needed it. And an R for our Ricky Pirate. Thank you, Kathy Hand. And there's our Hope. Good morning, sweet one, or afternoon for you. You're cold in Florida, Catherine? Oh my gosh. Well, throw a sweater on. That's all I can say. Florida usually doesn't get beyond sweater weather, but I'm rewinding. Okay, I don't know what you mean, Catherine. Is it just let me know if it's messed up for everybody and I'll stop for a minute. I'll stop talking. Good morning, Sherry. And Brookie, so grateful to be through so much growth and transformation in our relationship to be fully ready for our next challenge that has just come upon us. Oh boy, happening for us and really feels different than it might have in the past. Well, darling, I know that there was a lot of growth lately for you and for Dylan. So let's just see that making you stronger. It's 20 degrees where our Brandy is, and she does have snow. Wow. And, oh, thank you for letting me know that it's fine. So, Catherine, I don't know what's going on with yours, honey, but it seems to be that we are okay. So, we shall move forward. And let's see. All right, so the message last night, we can do story time. We've got enough time. And I know you all love story time. Embracing Divine Flow is the title of the message. And let me get that up. And somebody's got a birthday. Oh, your brother has a birthday. Paul Ketterer, happy birthday to your brother. All right. There are three simple rules in life. If you do not go after you want, you'll never have it. If you do not ask, the answer will always be no. If you do not step forward, you'll always be in the same place. We don't know who wrote those words, but they're wonderful words and something to pay attention to for sure. We have so many rules in life. It seems that everything we do has a rule attached to it. I never understood football because there are so many rules. There are rules of the road, rules for school, work, or even play. For some, rules bring a feeling of safety, having a line drawn and knowing not to cross it for fear of the unknown. While structure can guide us, an overload of rules can stifle our true essence. Have you ever paused and asked yourself, whose rules am I following and why? Dear angels, many of life's rules are well intentioned, crafted to create harmony or ensure safety. Yet somewhere along the way, they begin to shape our sense of self, molding us into someone who fits the world's expectations rather than our own soul's calling. We find ourselves walking cautiously, afraid to make a mistake, to step out of line, or to disappoint others. But what if life was never meant to be lived this way? Dear ones, rules often give the illusion of control, of having everything in neat little boxes. But life, in its divine wisdom, is not meant to fit into boxes. It's meant to flow like a river, free, unpredictable, and full of possibility. When you cling too tightly to rules, you lose your connection to that flow, the gentle current of divine guidance that whispers that there's something magical waiting for you if you only trust. Trust in yourselves, trust in the universe, and trust in the divine order that surpasses human logic. Not all rules are burdens. Some are sacred. The rule of love, for instance, is written into the fabric of existence. The rule of kindness is a universal law that transcends cultures and creeds. But the rules that box you in, the ones born out of fear or control, are the ones you must examine. When you let go of unnecessary restrictions, you make room for miracles. Life becomes less about following someone else's playbook and more about creating with the divine. We encourage you to step into the freedom of being fully yourself, living authentically, and embracing each moment as it comes. Today, give yourself permission to break free from a rule that no longer serves you. Step into the flow of divine grace, where love is your guide and freedom is your birthright. Dear angels, today I promise to look more closely at boundaries and rules that I adhere to in my own life. I talked about this before, about those boundaries and whose rules are those. I like that, Deirdre. Who makes the rules anyway? You know, as we come into this world, we come in free and unrestricted. We don't come in with a whole laundry list of do this and don't do that. We don't. We learn that from our caregivers, from our peers, from our experience in the world. We learn not to touch hot surfaces, right? And we learn not to go out in the cold without footwear or something to keep us a little warmer and buffer us from it. So there's certain things that are necessary rules, but there's also things that we adhere to because someone tries to control us, or maybe we try to get control of ourselves. And so we set a rule for ourselves. So it's interesting this message from the angels about examining those rules and seeing whose life am I living? Am I living my own life on my terms, according to God's divine plan? Or am I just jumping at the command of somebody else or somebody's, maybe one, more than one? Okay, so let's see if you resonated with that. And I'm going to pull a Kuan Yin card to see what she does with us. Okay, Sherry, you got snow in Pennsylvania. Wow, I'll have to check on my friend Deb up there. Auntie Jean's grateful that her son and his family came through the storm well. They still don't have power, but hopefully that was the worst. That is, though it's still going on. Yeah, I'd heard that it was coming in, but I didn't know anything more than that. So I'm so happy that he's safe, Jean. Blue, blue, blue. We have our pair of jeans this morning. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Thank you, Brandy. I'm grateful for you as well, honey. And you're welcome, Sherry and Brandy. Yeah, it's a message I think that we need to hear right now. Think outside the box, and think before you act, because maybe there's a rule, a boundary, a line in the sand that's holding you back from a miracle. And maybe we need to look at that in our lives. Kuan Yin says, keeping it simple. Your mind may convince you that manifesting your destiny is more difficult or complex than it needs to be. Yet the guidance of the Divine Mother is to keep things simple. Do what you can do and let go of everything else. Who says that you have to act a certain way, that you have to do a certain career? Who sets those rules? Keep it simple. Do what you can do. Take care of you and listen in for that divine guidance that's going to help you to see what is it that I need? What is it in life that just really impassions me, that brings so much joy to my heart? Then you'll find what it is that you're supposed to be doing, not what somebody else says you should be doing. Oh, Auntie Jean, I credited the person who took that picture, and I don't know where the waterfall is. It looks familiar, but I'm not sure exactly where it's at. Can probably Google that guy and see where he travels to or where he's at. That might give us a clue. But yes, that was a beautiful waterfall. It drew my attention right away. Okay, and exciting news. So y'all know the story that when I was in Colorado, someone broke into my car and they took certain things. And one of the things they took was my camera. And I love taking pictures. I just could go out and take pictures all day long of nature and people and interesting things. So when I was in Pennsylvania, my friend, our family member, Suzanne, donated a camera to me. Well, I hadn't really had time to play with it or look at it or see how to use it because it's a very complicated camera. Not really, but complicated just in the fact that I didn't know where all the pieces and parts, what all they did, and all the buttons. So last night, I took time to do that. And so now I'm taking pictures again. I'm so excited. Okay, I digress. The transmission from Kuan Yin. We're doing this every day, doing a transmission from her that's going to help us with whatever is needed in our lives. So, holding it to the heart, and you do the same. We don't know what it is yet, so just whatever I'm asking for, whatever I need to know today. What do I need to know? What do you want to share with me, Kuan Yin and Divine, so that we can get into the divine flow? And it is lost child. You may sometimes feel as though you have lost your way, but you are never lost to me. Connect to your heart, and you shall find me there. I am always watching over you. I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but if you feel like you have lost your way, that you're a little turned around or upside down, or you're just not quite sure about life anymore and where it's taking you and the things that are happening, just receive this transmission. I'm going to read it again. Good morning, Sally and Tony. I'm going to read this again because I think in addition to keeping it simple, we need to focus on the now, what's happening right now. So, lost child, you may sometimes feel as though you have lost your way, but you are never lost to me. Connect to your heart, and you shall find me there. I am always watching over you. You are never alone. Never. And Brandy, I understand. And I thought I had you in mind as I was reading that. And I'm thinking, yeah, there are those that need to hear these words and to take them into your heart and take that promise, take that transmission from Kuan Yin personally and hold it in your heart and feel the healing and feel the love. Doesn't that feel good to have a heart hug from our beautiful ambassador of compassion, our Kuan Yin, our ascended master? And Sally says, yes, that's so me right now. Yeah. And you woke up to snow this morning, Sally and Tony. Well, good morning. I hope it was beautiful. And Auntie Jean says, thank you, Suzanne. That camera will bless us all. We love her pictures. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And Kathy Hand says, I'm so happy her camera is working out for you. I'll let her know. And Suzanne is in need of all of our prayers. She's going through a lot lately. I know. She really is. And let's lift her high today. Okay. So, any other thoughts? Any other thoughts about keeping it simple? Looking at your boundaries and your rules that are going on in your life, and then coming back to your heart, where Kuan Yin says, you are never lost to me. I've always got you in my hugs. And let's do some messages. Some messages from the angels. And Kathy says, that is beautiful, Teri. I've never really connected with Kuan Yin, but I do know Divine Mother Mary and Jesus are with me, along with my loved ones in heaven. Absolutely. Kuan Yin has been guiding this family since we've been a family, and she's one of my spirit guides. I was shown a healing modality called Time Heals. The angels brought that through, and Kuan Yin is one of the healers. It's a collective of beautiful divine beings, and when I do Time Heals for somebody, it opens up all the chakra energy. It balances and aligns and clears out anything and helps with the healing process of whatever is needed inside of you. All right, page 78, Sally says. So we shall go there first. I have to tell you, telling on myself here, I almost ended up with a puppy yesterday. I was looking for a sweater for Magi because I can't find, I know they have to have them because it does get cold here. So I decided to go out and buy her a sweater. And my my search on Google led me to a little puppy boutique. And I thought, oh, this is perfect. They should have good stuff, right? Well, they have good puppies. And I walk in the door, and all of a sudden there's barking like you couldn't believe, like there was a whole field full of dogs, and they were looking to see who the stranger was that walked in their door. So I go in, and there are these twin puppies. They were so cute. They were solid white and just curious as all get out. And I walked over to them, and they almost went home with me. I almost couldn't walk out of that store without those puppies, but I know I can't right now. Maybe eventually in my life, but for right now, I have to let those puppies stay where they are. All right, Sally, you use time heals in your own practice. Yeah, Sally was one of my students, Sally and Tony, and it's a beautiful modality. I love using it. I use it a lot. All right, so page 78 says, remember that you are enough and you are deserving of every good and wonderful thing in life. Remember that being left out is not a reflection of your worth as a person. Whew, that's a powerful one. So if you feel left out, maybe you feel like the world's running away and you're still stuck in the mud, or there's things that are going on that you're not involved in and you feel kind of distant from what everybody else is going through. Just remember that that's not a reflection of you, that everything that's there for you is there for you. And you are worthy and you do deserve to be a part of this beautiful world and everything that's going on in it. So check in and say, why am I not involved in that? Why am I not learning that? Why am I not participating in the morning show or in groups or whatever it is? You don't have to be distanced. That's you yet again. Yeah. Oh, I know, Hope. It would be so beautiful to have a little one right there in the car with me. But I go to so many people's houses, and um, it's not fair if I bring my own animal, and they have animals that might not jive with it. So it's just one of those heartstring things. I lost my two kitties back in 2019, and I miss them terribly. But I have to just love up on everybody else's little angels in fur, and I do. I love everyone everywhere I go. They're all adorable. So thank you, Sally, for picking that page and that message. And we're going to page 56 per our Brandy girl. And Kathy says, I need to stay patient and remain in my heart. Changes are coming for my highest good. Yep. Make that your new rule. It can be a good rule to be patient every day, to exhibit patience and to see, what do I need to do right now in this moment? Because when we get impatient, we're looking forward, we're looking at what's going on in the future. And we're not guaranteed a future, we're not guaranteed anything. And isn't that interesting, Kathy? You picked page 56 as well. So there must be something good going on this page 56. Let me see what it is. Ah, dear ones, miracles do involve more than turning water into wine. It's a house standing intact in the midst of others destroyed by a storm. It's looking in the rearview mirror of your car and seeing a tornado behind you that you just drove away from. It's the smile on a baby's face when you blow them a kiss. When you start looking at life through the eyes of love and gratitude, you will see all these things and more. You know, this is a true story. I remember when I wrote this particular message, I was out somewhere in one of those western states. I don't even remember which one I was in, but it was in the West, and I'm driving on the road, and there were black clouds everywhere. There was like a lot of what could have been tumultuous weather, and I'm driving away from that black cloud, and I was watching it form as I was driving, and I did look in my rearview mirror, and I did see twin funnel clouds coming down to the ground from that one big cloud that had formed. And I almost pulled over because I'm just praising God that I got out of there and I got out in time before that touchdown. And that's been a few years. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but I snapped a picture with my camera, my phone camera. I snapped a picture of my side view mirror, and you can see the two funnels coming down to the ground. And I just, that day, my faith and my trust was really renewed. And I'm just praising that I wasn't there, because I would have been if I hadn't left when I did. I would have been right in the midst of all of that. So sometimes a miracle is not, like it said, it's not turning water into wine. It's not saying, oh, I just received $1 million. Sometimes it's seeing what we were brought through. We were brought through a storm for a reason. We were brought out of a situation for a reason. So look at the miracles in a different way, with a different perspective. And Kathy, you asked for page 56 as well. I think this one is for you, honey. The children are your future. Give them the opportunity to succeed instead of thinking that there is only doom and gloom. Teach them the glass half full principle. Help them to look for rainbows and four-leaf clovers. Help them to think outside the box. And I feel like you have done that with your children. And I think we all can take a lesson from that. Teach our kids, they are our future. They are the ones that are going to be running things, and really showing up in this world in a big way. And if we can teach them that there's good, because sometimes all that's shown is the bad. Sometimes we just see how people are not adhering to certain rules that need to be adhered to. And we see things like war break out, and we see conflict, and we see people doing bad things to other people. But if we can teach our children that that's not all of life, that's a part of the contrast, but that they are worthy and deserving of good things in life, and help them look toward a future that will work for all, then we're going to have a whole different generation of children when we start doing that. I'm sorry, I have to keep messing with my glasses. I've lost some weight, so I'm going to have to adjust my glasses to stay on my face. And that resonates with you, Brookie. Oh, yes, you and your little one. You're doing a wonderful job as parents, you and Dylan both. Auntie Jean says, I think we are all going through a lot lately, but we are learning to trust and be strong. Every challenge makes us stronger and better. Absolutely. Good morning, Marlene. And Hope says, how lovely Mama P would be a good companion for your trip. Yeah, I know. And they're just so adorable. But I've got to honor what I do right now, and traveling is what the angels have me doing. And Sally, that one hit you yet again. Oh, Kathy, I love your fur baby, little Scoobs. And Deirdre says, funny, I never had to learn trust. I just always had faith and trust, no matter how dark my life got. Yeah, just looking at hope and looking at there's possibility. Brookie, prayers that my appointment with my financial advisor goes well this afternoon. I have a plan that I hope will work out without too much retribution to cash in my retirement to pay for this house. Dylan just got his college loans reinstated, and the payments are as much as the mortgage. It's a bit much. I really think it will all work out perfectly, though. So grateful to have the resources, all that we need. Everything is working perfectly, right? It is. And yeah, so we'll pray for you for that appointment today. And anyone else who's going through something, I think, Brandy, you had an appointment yesterday. I hope that went well. We lifted you in prayer. Blue says Kuan Yin is 2,000 years older than Sweet Mary. She is she, in her way, is Mary's big sister. Kuan Yin is the goddess of compassion and the patroness of Reiki. Sassy, if you talk with Mary, ask her about Kuan Yin. She will come forward with her. My favorite mantra of the 33 of Kuan Yin also is interspersed with Hail Mary. Sometimes my house feels like it is floating away. I also picked 56. Oh, that was a message we all needed to hear. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who had that intuitive hit to look at that page and look at those messages. Yes, I am, Auntie Jean. I did reply to Meg that I could be there and would be happy to watch little Hilma. She's adorable. She won my heart when I was out in Colorado. Okay, Max Mann is a superstar. He really is. Yes, Deirdre, EIWP. Everything is working perfectly. And let's go ahead and start putting your prayers in and see if we need to add any to our prayer list. Brookie says, I think it's a miracle I've been able to stay home with him without having to work for the last couple of years. I'm ready to get back to something, and he's ready for more socialization, so it will all be a win-win. Well, wherever he is, he's going to be a hit because that little Max man, oh my gosh, personality deluxe, so anyone that's around him will receive a blessing. Max's eye is getting better. I was thinking about him yesterday. He was a rock star at his latest appointments, and both doctors said they were blown away by his tolerance and cooperation. And it was just a sty after all. Some of them can be so stubborn. I've had styes, so I understand, and they're painful. So, sweet little Max, so happy that you're doing well and getting over that. All right, so put your prayers in, anything that's going on in your heart, in your life, in the world. We've got lots going on in the world. Every time I turn on my computer, it tells me what's going on in the world. I don't know how to change that. But yeah, there is a lot that's happening. And just have to give a fun thing because y'all know I have a favorite country singer that I admire and am so happy that he's doing well. And he took Entertainer of the Year last night. So that was an answered prayer because he's been kind of overlooked and he deserved to win that last night. So shout out to Morgan Wallen, our Entertainer of the Year. Thank you, Deirdre, for putting the prayers up for all humans, for Gaia, for all who live on her back, for world peace, please, attention to human trafficking, and support for all families living with addiction. Sally, thank you. Prayers for the lost, the lonely, the forgotten, the unloved, the homeless, especially right now, those beautiful homeless that are in all the cold weather. And for those living in fear of another, horrible way to live. And Blue says, now that Capricorn is out of Pluto, so much is lighter. We are all lighter, and blessings of prosperity have arrived. Yes, they have. I got that message, and I'm really happy to have received that message that it's time. It's time for the golden coins to come into our hands. And I'm ready for that. And I know you all are too, especially if you have that daily struggle. All right, so let's go into our hearts. Let's do some examining of our hearts. So just get comfortable. Take a couple of deep breaths in and release them. And let your body relax. And let's focus on those rules, the rules that are there in your mind, the rules that tell you you can or you cannot do something. And let's see if there's any rule in your life that you want to toss. Is there anything that comes to mind immediately? Don't force a thought, just let it come. Is there anything that's holding you back from being your best version of yourself? Is there anything that's hindering you from your spiritual growth? Is there anything that's stopping you from receiving healing in your body or in your emotions? Are you holding on to something because you feel like it's your right to hold on to anger and hurt and pain? What rule are you adhering to or holding on to, clinging to so tight that it's really hurting you instead of helping you? Rules should be there to help us. Those lines in the sand that we draw, they can be blurred. We can step over those lines. We can think outside the box. So just ask yourself as you're sitting in that heart space, what's holding me back in this moment? What is it that I'm unable to break through and to let go of? What am I adhering to that's not for my best and highest good? So take a moment with that. And as you do, I just want to share that you are worthy. You are enough. You are loved. You are deserving of every good and wonderful thing in life. You deserve good health. You deserve abundance. You deserve love because you are love. Breathe into your heart. Find the love that's there in your heart, because that's you. That's your higher self that's helping you to look in the mirror and see yourself created out of love, perfect in God's eyes. There is no imperfection. If you're looking in that mirror and you're seeing anything that looks flawed or small, look again. Breathe into your heart, connect into the love, and look in that mirror again. See if there's a lion or a lioness in that mirror instead of the little kitten. See the powerful you, the one that knows that you are deserving, the one that knows that you can have confidence going forward, that you can be healed of whatever it is that's going on in your life. Now breathe in and look beyond the mirror. Look around you. Look at the people in your life. Is there anyone that's restricting your growth? Is there anyone that's helping you with your growth? And where is your focus? Where are you spending more time? Is it with those who are trying to control you or those who are helping you to find your freedom? Look around you. Look at your world. See where your priorities are. Look at this beautiful family. The family that, no, you weren't born into it physically, but you were born into it spiritually. We are family. Feel the love coming from each other. Feel each one lifting you higher and higher, up, up, up to the higher plane, and then higher yet. And as you lift up higher, take your prayers with you. We all, as a collective, lift up our beautiful prayer list. We lift up any that are added to it each day. We lift up our family members that are not here with us in this moment. And we bring them right to the divine. We ask for blessings. We ask for answered prayer, whatever that looks like. We don't know the answers, but there's a divine plan. There's divine timing. And when we trust that we are leaving all these prayer requests in the hands of God, that they're going to be seen and acknowledged and answered for the best and highest good according to God's divine plan, then we can breathe and we can release, and we don't have that burden. And if your prayer is for healing, receive. Receive that love in this moment as you're sitting with us, as you're talking to the divine. Feel the Master's touch. Feel the touch of our Master Healer Jesus, of Archangel Raphael, who's the angel of healing, of Divine Mother as she holds you and cradles you in love, of Kuan Yin, who places compassion in our hearts. Let the Spirit enter into you, the Spirit of love, and just be surrounded by it. Just sit with it for a moment. And I'd love to just take a moment right now, just a moment of silence for all those who are hurting right now. Maybe there are ones that are being trafficked that we can hold up, that you know of. There's so many that we can send out love to. But if you know of someone personally that suffered in this way, lift them right now. Let's take that moment of silence for them. Let's take a moment of silence for those who are being abused, for those living in fear. A moment of silence for our Mama Gaia, praying for peace to fall on our earth. So let's all collectively breathe in and just hold in our heart anyone, anywhere on our planet that's hurting in one way or another, and ask for the divine to minister to them at this moment. Thank you. Thank you for doing that with me. And now, thank you. I love you. Those are our healing words that we send to each other and that we send to the world. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I love you unconditionally. And let's see if there were any other prayer requests. Oh, Brandy, sweetheart, praying for peace and healing energy in your life. And Sally is ready to let go that you're not good enough. Oh, Sally, you are so deserving of every good and wonderful thing. Yes, you are. And Blue is grateful for the blessings of rain. The Fae take joy. Hopefully, Babel will once again chatter in her banks. The air is cold and damp. The patter of joyous raindrops sing on my roof. Raz is cuddling in a towel after her romp. Rules, the Fae giggle. Aside from sacred tools, well, they laugh. It rains. I love the Fae. Oh, yes, they are, Deirdre. They are everywhere. There are elementals, and you can connect in with them at any time. Oh, thank you, Julie Kiss. All right, so let's get Leo singing to us. What do you think? Oh, and let's remember our Leo out there in the beautiful Dominican Republic having his time away on that cruise. And today I'm going to try to nail down a cruise that we'll be able to go on together.
Earthlings, it's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go,
Come on, come on.
it's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. We're on a peaceful peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe,
Do the Max Bob.
morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
And you are beautiful, Auntie Jean. Absolutely, Sally. Praying for peace and wars to end and love to flow again in our world.
Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top here. The coffee's always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we all part of this game.
Hi, Matt.
Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot to get the day started.
Thank you, Annie. We love you too, honey.
To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the
It's in the
pod.
pod.
Mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Cup of full of joy. I hope your cup got filled to the brim today.
There really is no secret. We simply
Accept, align, allow.
AAA. Morning cup full of joy every day at 8. Just start the day on a high five, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Yeah. Morning cup of full of joy every day at 8. Just start the day on a high five, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Yo. Give me a cup of joy. Cup of full of joy. Give me cup of joy, 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 give me full of joy, give me cup 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 of joy, give me a cup of joy.
Here we go. Woo! Thank you, Leo, and we hope you're having a wonderful time. And all of you that joined in at the end with him, oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love. Thank you for shining a light into the world. Stay in your heart. Stay blessed. And I will see you tomorrow on the Morning Cup of Joy. I love you so much.